Welcome to Arirang News. This is Ki Kim. We begin with the COVID-19 situation here in South Korea. The country will begin inoculating the nation's biggest age group on Thursday. Inoculations for 18 to 49-year-olds began nationwide, with some 11 million people scheduled to get their first dose over the next 5 weeks. Those getting the jab this week will receive the Pfizer vaccine, with shots alternating with Moderna in this weeks to come, depending on supply. And as rollout begins for the country's largest age bracket, authorities hope the mass inoculation will take first dose coverage to 70% of the population by the Chuseok holiday in September. It aims to administer second doses by the end of October to reach its target of 70% herd immunity. In terms of statistics, more than 27 million have received their first doses so far, nearly 53% of the nation. That number will be rising daily with this age group starting to get their first doses. Meanwhile, there were 20 additional deaths reported overnight, and that's the biggest number of deaths reported in a single day during this fourth wave of infections. It reflects the possible pressure new cases are having on the medical system. However, the daily caseload did dip from the day before, but South Korea will report it just short of 1,900 and marking the 51st consecutive day for the caseload to hit 4 digits. 1,882 new cases were reported as of midnight Thursday, and all but 53 of those were local transmissions. This is a dip of 273 cases from the day before. South Korea's central bank has raised its benchmark interest rate to 0.75% from the previous record low of 0.5%. It's the first rate adjustments in over a year. The decision was made just minutes ago during the Bank of Korea's monetary policy meeting. The rate hike likely comes as the bank aims to curb growing household debts and tame soaring property prices. Finance Minister Hong Nam-ki said he will provide 90% of the so-called Hope Recovery Relief Funds from this year's second supplementary budget before the Chuseok holiday to help small business owners who have been battered by the virus. At a meeting on emergency economic responses on Thursday, he also said national relief funds of 250,000 won per person, or about $215 provided to those whose income is not in the top 12%, will all be distributed before Chuseok holiday. The finance minister also said due dates for surtax and general income tax imposed on small businesses will be extended to next January or February. A total of 391 Afghan nationals are due to arrive at South Korea's Incheon International Airport on Thursday on board Korean military planes after a stopover in Islamabad. They are people who have worked with Korean government in the past, along with their families, reportedly including 100 children. All of them were safely evacuated from Kabul and to Islamabad on Wednesday. Originally, 427 locals needed to be brought to Korea, but 36 of them have reportedly decided either to stay or move to a third country. It was South Korea's first mass evacuation of foreigners out of another country. The Korean government says these people have worked with South Korea for years in Afghanistan at the embassy, hospitals, and vocational training centers. They asked the local government and Korean embassy for help due to concerns about the Taliban's possible retaliation. The ministry says the Afghans will not be given refugee status, but instead will be treated as people with special merit. Upon arrival, they'll first be tested for COVID-19 and will be sent to local government facilities in Chungcheongbuk-do province. U.S. stocks continue to rally Wednesday local time, with S&P and Nasdaq both closing at fresh record highs, with investors keeping close attention to an upcoming Federal Reserve event. The S&P 500 was up almost 10 points to 4,496, posting a fifth straight days of gains and its 51st record of the year. The Nasdaq jumped 22 points to 15,042. The Dow Jones was up almost 40 points to 35,406. Now to the weather. The monsoon rain takes a brief break today in most regions, but north of capital and Gangwon province could see passing light showers during the day between 5 to 20 millimeters. And for today, further south you are, the sunniest skies you will have. And now the current temperatures are 26 degrees in Seoul and 28 degrees on Jeju-do Island. You're listening to Arirang Radio.